I literally just woke up to like tons of notifications on my phone. So just like hours ago, when I was still sleeping, I think Channel News Asia and like some other tabloids, they posted a video, like an interview and like an article that depicted bus enthusiasts, I think two of them, in front of a bendy bus. Then it was like titled Singapore's like last bendy buses or something along those lines. I'm too sleepy to even care about what the title is, honestly. But I just want to tell you guys that that man never really truly loved bendy buses, and I will explain why. It all started from like 2016 when I was like, drawing stuff and posting it to my personal. I didn't have YouTube back then. I only posted it to my own social networking site accounts. I mean, in Singapore, they call it like social medias and not SNS, but yeah. So every single time he would come to my post and he would just be there to disagree with me. So it was because me posting my love for bendy buses, it somehow offended people like him because he is like kind of pro government, I would say. And yes, I mean it when I say he would literally show up to people's posts, not just mine, just to disagree. But over time, he realized that like my stance was firm and that I'm not gonna change or like bend down to him just because of what he has been parroting. And he gave people who are inside the industry a free pass to like say whatever they want. But if it's people outside the industry saying the exact same things, he would start like lecturing us or like shoot us to no end. And he literally told us that like if things don't change, if that one crazy cuckoo in LTA, bus assets, deputy director, if he doesn't procure bendy buses, like we have to somehow suck it up and accept and be content with his decisions because his own logic is that as long as the bus can run, it's good enough. I'm like, okay, that's kind of out of point, but whatever. And he is the kind of like person to say like, oh, you must be forward looking and have faith in the Singapore bus industry, even though it's literally crumbling due to that one man's decisions. And when I was literally posting about the bendy buses, when I told people you have to snap as many of them now before they're gone, when I'm saying that, I'm referring to like Mercedes-Benz 0405Gs. I mean like back then. And because I said that and I posted stuff talking about bendy buses, he would literally come and retort saying that like, oh, I have to embrace the deputy director's like new toys and I'm apparently not allowed to say anything about feeder bus services and how their upper decks are like mostly empty. I'm not even allowed to say that. And when I was going around snapping the like the old bus stop poles because I wanted to get them before they all turned green. And he literally commented, it's just a bus, it's just a bus stop pole. Dot dot dot. And it's like I document history, I talk about my love for buses, and somehow I got scolded for documenting history and talking about my love for buses. But then the person featured inside the video, he has his like own bus antique and memorabilia collection, and he stole SMB 137A's plate as well. And this is what I suspect. The person who got interviewed never truly loved bendy buses, as I was saying earlier, because his main goal is to like just be featured in Channel News Asia or something along those lines so that he gets all the attention for whatever he's saying. And let me remind you guys that this was the exact same person who tried to spread a false rumor about Service 405 that only young male bus captains are allowed to drive that service, which is not even true in the first place because there was a lady from China who is a bus captain in SBS Transit. She has driven like 405 before. And this is like around the same time where that fake rumor was like sorry, that fake rumor was even being spread in the first place. And the worst part was that like SBS Transit didn't even have such a ridiculous misogynistic like internal rule. He didn't even ask people to like comment about that service. And because of that, like a lot of schools they use that article talking about like young male bus captains and stuff like that. I mean, even though in reality that's just trying to promote Angus and sheep, but like basically SBS Transit didn't even tell him to comment, and he just ran his mouth. And not only that, whatever he spread, like I was saying, is misogynistic. Just because 405 goes to like the cemetery area doesn't mean that like for so-called safety reasons, they would only allow one gender to drive the bus. You get what I mean? It's like, would you rather trust a young male bus captain or an experienced female bus captain who has driven 405 like numerous times already? Just want to put it out there, who would you trust? And if SBS Transit really made such a misogynistic rule, there would have been backlash like by now. Like it's just not gonna fly. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about the misogynistic rumor that he spread about 405 and the young male bus captains, that whole thing. He has been caught repeatedly lying to people and the news and stuff like that. He even said stuff like, "Oh, I was involved in like Kuala Lumpur's procurement of bendy buses," when he had like zero involvement in it, and people in Malaysia didn't even like buy his bullshit. So yeah. Again, the reason why I'm making this video is just because I want to put the facts out there. It's not because I'm like salty that I didn't get like featured or anything. Honestly, if I got featured, I think the whole Singapore bus industry might have collapsed at that moment because I talked about RW and his fetish for the three door two staircase, whatever nonsense. Like I would have just exposed the hell out of them. And that's the reason why they should be thankful that I'm not even featured inside. And then I don't know where people found this, but this is one of the comments that people left on that article. And again, I'm just here to like debunk any misinformation. So he was saying that LTA won't order more bendy buses. I mean, they tried, but their deputy director has been blocking them. So the first part is already not true. And he's saying that because you know last time that one of A24 is operated by SBS Transit. Okay, what he's referring to is SMB 8008L. The L is correct, I think. So what happened to that bus was that like when that bus was still under SMRT, it was still running fine. SMRT knew how to take care of their bendy buses. I mean, okay, some of them are like kind of aging and are like showing signs of like wearing out, like you know, they need better maintenance or something along those lines. Yeah, we can all agree. But like 8008 was from SMRT, and when SMRT they lost the bid to SBS Transit for Yishun, as in Seletar bus package. I think that's what it's called. SMRT had to lease the bendy buses to SBS Transit, so it is still SMRT's assets, but it's being leased to SBS Transit, and then some of them were on 858 were also leased out as well. So anyways, because they were being leased out, SBS Transit now has the responsibility to take care of the buses. But like, again, I'm not trying to like make SBS Transit look bad or anything. I'm just stating the facts that like Seletar Depot absolutely sucks at maintenance, even though they have like state of the art maintenance facilities in their depot and stuff like that. Like, it's not even a permanent depot, and they already have such good facilities, yet people couldn't even maintain them properly. So it's like, it is not SMRT's fault. It is Seletar's depot's fault for not even being able to take good care of the bendy buses in the first place. I mean, it's not just the bendy buses. They suck at maintaining manned buses as well. And unfortunately, A24 happens to be a manned bendy bus as well. So naturally, they wouldn't be able to take good care of it. And mind you, out of 40 units, only one of them needed to have their articulator replaced. So broke in half, then it went to SMRT depot for repair within a few months to back. So his English is like terrible, but like, okay, I get what he's trying to say, but like, he should have conveyed it better. And he was like saying, oh, waste of road space, not road. And I'm telling you, bendy buses are not the ones responsible for the traffic jams. Just look at what's actually on the road and you can see who's actually causing the jams. It's not the buses. I mean, sometimes you see cyclists like hogging up the road as well. Maybe that's also a contributing factor and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into that just in case I get cancelled, but yeah. So the thing is, just because one bendy bus had its articulator broken, basically, that like turntable section with the so-called curtains, in case you don't understand. So just because one of them broke, that doesn't necessarily mean that like bendy buses are bad. In fact, they have been running fine until they got mismanaged and maintained badly by SBS Transit. Like, again, I'm just stating the facts. SBS Transit was never really like a big fan of bendy buses. Like, as an operator, they were forced to like intake them because the Yishun feeders that went to SBS Transit, they needed the bendy buses, so SMRT had to lease to them. So that is the truth. But what's not the truth is whatever this guy is saying in the first line and the last line. The one in between, he could have phrased it better, but I kind of get what he's trying to say. So I'm just here to clarify it, that's all. I'm not going to waste my time watching the video or read the article or read Singaporeans' comments because they tend to be really misinformed. I'm not going to waste my time with that. I just made this video so that it could shed light on the truth. And the truth is that the person who was interviewed, like featured inside the video, doesn't even really care about the minibuses. I have been documenting them. Where was he? I mean, I know people have work and stuff like that, but like, that guy doesn't even like truly like the bendy buses. So yeah, again, not salty that I didn't get featured. I'm just saying, of everyone you could have picked, you picked the person who bullied other bus enthusiasts and made a misogynistic rumor on SBS Transit's behalf when SBS Transit didn't even tell him to speak in the first place about the 405 incident. And mind you, that incident is not the only crime he has committed. He underdeclared taxes and stuff like that.